if the dad is not there, the mom will be there. If the mom is not there, then that means aunt or uncle will also be there. So the home as well help to what? To build up the youth, because somebody is coming from a tree. It's only maybe banana tree that you say at the end of it you're going to harvest banana. But in human aspect, each of the human living, whether maybe as orphan or whatever, they still have their guide, somebody guiding them or giving them few advice. The next one is church. A church is not a building for public Christian worship. Rather, the church is body of believers with a specific nature and purpose. Some persons are also confused as well, thinking that church, maybe is this category way or maybe this one will be found. The church is we human. The church also have a role to play in the life of the youth. Maybe as a mother, as an auntie, and you notice that the youth are doing what you don't like. You can just walk up to that person, thank you, and give that person a word of advice. The next one, school. School is an institution that is well organized and set up with the aims of educating, directing, instructing, and building up morals and value in the life of an individual, enabling them to achieve their goals. If school were not to be a better place, as a parents, we wouldn't have sent our children to school. But because we know that at the end part of it, maybe at the primary level or secondary level, down to the universities, you see that yes, this is what I want this child to do, or this is what I want this girl to do, the girl will be able to achieve it. The next one is society. The society is a group of individuals involved in persistent social interaction. In other words, it is a large social group sharing the same territory, typically subject to the same political authority and dominant cultural tradition. And go straight to discussion proper. We'll be discussing the specific aim of this story sequentially for better understanding and clarification purposes, highlighting on responsible youth at home, church, school, and society. And the first one we are going to look at is at home, because there is no way somebody will just come to life without another person giving birth to that person. The home is the first place a youth is being nurtured and built up into a responsible youth. Some of the responsibility of the youth at home are, now, as a youth, don't think your parents will be the one doing everything for you. Maybe if you want clothes, you are past the age of, let me just use 18 as the least. You are past the age of 18 and you're still depending on your mom or your dad. Go and tell me, whatever I want, my mom will give to you. Then you are just wasting your time. It is better you try the little you can do, because you will not remain on them forever. Number one responsibility of a youth at home, they have an open line communication with your parents. Now, some youth, maybe they find it difficult due to the kind of persons they notice their parents are. Maybe their parents is this harsh word, or their parent doesn't like them talking too much. They will be scared of what? Communicating with their parents. But as a real youth, you don't need to hide anything from your parents, because what is really spoiling the world today? Somebody will just threaten you. If you don't come and join court, I will just set up gun for you. I will deal with you very well. Now, somebody has threatened you like that. You don't just sit down and say, I'm scared, this person wants to kill me. Go and give that what information to your parents so that they will know how to handle it. Because if you just keep quiet, sometimes as the person has said it, the person will do it. Or maybe you're having one challenge, don't keep it to yourself. You relate it with your parents to seek that or to get that advice. But if your parents is not this friendly type, your aunts are there as well. I'll be able to help you. As a youth, you need to have a close relationship with your parents by communicating with them always. To learn about all what it takes for you to be great and useful in life. Like some persons will tell you that as a youth, what an old man will sit down to see, or an old woman. If you like, if you climb the iroko tree, you will not be able to know it without being able to see. And it's true, as at that age, up to today, people are still using it. So if you say, I can make it on my own, I don't need any advice, I need advice. Now it's the middle age, I will do anything I like, I will just go do it. Then you are wasting your time. You really need advice, because with the advice from your parents, see that it will help you to go a long way. The second point, practice good hygiene. Some youth, due to the kind of background they are coming from, maybe their parents is this type that have nanny at home. They will not allow them to do any work. I see that most of the youth today are very lazy. Even to the extent of washing their clothes, it is difficult for them to get, I cannot wash you. My mom should give me money, let me send it to dry cleaner or laundry. Or maybe I will just give it to my household. It is not what helpful. If as a youth you cannot take care of yourself properly, maybe the least washing your clothes and maybe keeping your body clean, then you need to sit up. The Bible makes it clear that cleanliness is next to godliness. So as a youth, you need to practice good hygiene on your body, at home, in the environment, in order to avoid germs and diseases. The Bible also said that our body is a temple of God. So if your body is not clean, God can't make it his dwelling place. Now, you don't leave all the work of maybe uncles around, aunties around, they will really want to do the work. You as a youth, if you're this lazy type, then you have to change from it. Because even though uncle is around, you not say it to uncle forever. Maybe when you enter school, is it uncle that will travel from the village and come to meet you in campus and begin to wash your dress for you? It's not possible. So if you start learning this from now, maybe some persons that your parents have forced you not to really involve yourself in salt, but you start learning it from now so that it will go a long way with you. Like my aunt once said that some persons, when they have scholarship to travel abroad, you know what they do? They will pick phone and dial their mom's contact and they call. Mommy, I'm very hungry and I want to prepare food. What am I going to do now? You will hear the mother will say, okay, steamed fish. Okay, black pepper. Okay, add salt, add maggi, just like that. As a youth, it's not supposed to be so. You're supposed to master all those things. Not calling your mom to receive another luxury. Then the next one says, learn how to spend and manage your finance wisely. As a youth, you are expected to spend and manage your finance wisely for yourself and other members of the family. Because if you fail to do so, you will find it difficult to achieve your project goals. Now, some youths, they cannot spend money well. Due to the fact that the money is coming in every day, they give them 10,000 naira before you know, the money has finished. You ask them, what did you use the money for? No, I've used it to, maybe they used to buy all these biscuits and whatever. So they used to buy clothes. And the next thing they will cry back to their dad, daddy, I need money, daddy, I need money, start to talk to your parents. You have money. You need to, even though you're spending it, should not be in such a way that you don't have hope that the money or another one is coming in. That's why you need to spend it wisely. Not if they give you 5,000 naira, you finish it between 3 club and eyes. That's a low can cause you to steal. Because now, if you finish lavishing that one you have with you, your eyes will be pointing at the other person's own. Look at that shoe, I don't have money to buy. What would I do now to get this shoe by force? But if maybe you have managed your money well and this is what you like as well, you can go back to your purse and use that one. But because of misuse of money, you see that it will cause you what? High jump. And that's why most girls are doing so many things today. Why? Some of them is due to laziness and some is due to mismanagement of money, spending money anyhow. The next one is be obedient to your parents. As a youth, the Bible instructed us to obey our parents so that our days will be long on earth. It is only a foolish person that would like to pass away from the face of the earth due to disobedience. So as a youth, you need to listen to your parents. Your parents' godly instructions in order for God to secure your destiny and future. Like I said earlier before now, some youth will tell you your time has passed, you are now in the digital world. It's not as if advice will make you do what is ancient things. Advice helps to protect your future. If your mom should tell you, this thing, I don't want you to do it because it's going to cause harm on you, or it's going to cause great effect. I say, I want to do it, let me see the effect first before I will believe. Then you're telling yourself, I don't want my life to be long. And some of you as well that like speaking harshly to your parents. I know that some parents can talk, but that should not make you to speak harshly on them or maybe begin to insult them. Because they should force you. It is going to affect you. Another thing as well, you listen to their word, instruction. When they tell you, do this thing, and you say, no, this particular one that I want to do, that's the exact one I will do. When you leave that up, you cannot tell me what or you cannot tell me what I need to do. It is very wrong. Like a boy, he wanted going out with his friends, and the mom called him and said, you see this journey you want to take? Don't just leave it. Maybe some other time you can go out with them. The boy say, if I don't go out again today, I will not be able to go again. The mom persuaded him not to, but he said he will show me. And he went with them. He had an accident on the way going. And if not for God, he would have not lose his life. So it's better to obey. The Bible says that obedience is what? Better than sacrifice. If maybe God was not by him, that was how his own life would have ended, just for one single disobedience. Alright, we'll go to the next one, the church. Now, as a youth, we have roles to play in the church as well. It's not only at home, not because it's this one that gave birth to me. I am the son of Madam Nkechi, so it's only Nkechi I will respect. When you come to church, your elderly ones are there, be it your biological parents or not. You need to what? Listen to them. Now, Jesus is the head of the church, and everybody is expected to obey and contribute to the growth of the church in their own ways. So as a youth, you are not neglected among the contributors to promote the development and growth of the church. Some of these responsibilities are, now as a youth, be it a younger youth or a mature youth, what are those things you can do for you to promote God's kingdom? Because you need a child as well. There's what they can do to enhance God's kingdom. The number one thing listed here say, attend church word regularly. When you are a youth and you always want somebody to persuade you, today's Bible study, come now. You told us you would come yesterday, and today's another day. Try it now. Somebody should be what? Begging you as if they are feeding you again. It's not supposed to be so. You don't need anybody to persuade you to serve God. Because if you are this kind of youth that wants somebody to persuade you or her, then you've not started. You should try to sit up on your own when it comes to what? God's work, because there is a whole lot of gain attached to it. The Bible made it clear to us that we shouldn't forsake the gathering of the brethren. So as a youth, you need to be committed and regular when it comes to the things of God, knowing that there is a reward in heaven and on earth. When you do God's work or God's work properly, you will see that there is a reward attached to it. There's a boy that normally sings, and whenever that particular church have program, they will invite the boy, although the boy is not part of that church fully, but he do attend it. Every time, whenever they have program, the boy will go. You know what happened to this boy? Because this boy is always committed. Somebody gave him scholarship to study anywhere of his choice. Somebody that has not been dreamt of when he's going to enter school. But because of that work he has been doing for God, just of recent, I'm not telling you Asian thing. And the boy now is where? Outside country doing what? Studying whatever course he feel like studying. Why? Because of that work. So as a youth, we should not allow somebody to persuade us. Somebody should not be begging us to the extent of crying for us as well. The next point says, serve God and the church faithfully with your spiritual or talented gift. Please, I would like somebody to read Luke 19 verse. Okay, it's long, but we all know the gift. It's a gift of God, the talent, that the master distributed it to his servant and told them, this talent I have given to you, work with it so that you will achieve more. The least among all of them said, this man, you have sense, so it's me that you want to give that stress at me. I think I'll work with one talent and give you more pay. You are just making a mistake. But at the end part of that passage, the Bible said that the man was what? Condemned. And not only condemned, they took that particular gift from him and gave it out to the next person. So as a youth, if you can sing, somebody should not begin to beg you, say, come and sing now. It is not right. If you can pray, they should also persuade you. Come and pray now. Nobody to take opening prayer. Or pastor is not there for now. Come and pray. You tell them, I beg, am I a pastor? When pastor comes, pastor will take his position. If nobody to pray, then let's just leave it like that. It is not supposed to be so. Whatever you can do very well in the house of God, do it well, because there is what? A blessing attached to it. God has put in those who fear and obey Him talent and spiritual gift, so that they can use it well to promote His work on earth. And so, as a youth, when you fail to use your God-given talent, it will be taken away from you and given to another person, and it can also lead you to destructive end. So as a youth, you need to work with your gift tirelessly to promote God's kingdom. If you don't want to use that gift in the presence of God, then you're telling the devil, please come and possess me, or it's you that I want to work for. And if the devil should possess you, it will be very hard for you to come out of that force or whatever. So for you not to be possessed by the devil, it is better you're possessed by God. Use that God-given gift very well in His vineyard to promote God's kingdom. The next point, always respect leaders and those in authority. As a youth and member of the church, you need to respect whosoever has been chosen or placed in authority to lead you, irrespective of the height, size, and qualification, in order not to attract punishment from God and man. Now, your leader should tell you, I want you to do this thing. And that one I find mostly among the youth of this church. When you tell them, you to do this one, they will tell you, me, I cannot, please go and choose another person. Which is not supposed to be so. The little things they have given to you, you should welcome it wholeheartedly. Not telling yourself you cannot. The day you keep on saying you cannot, that's how it will end you as well. And you think it's a joke, or maybe you're playing smart. So if you're in that kind of life or practicing such attitude, you have to erase it from your thinking. When they tell you do this, I cannot. Or maybe you look at the person's face first, or you went higher authority come and meet you. Why need you do this thing now? Come and do it now. That's when you will just reluctantly accept it, which is not supposed to be so. Everybody is running a race, and the way that we're going to make it to heaven at last. Your mommy will not stand for you as a youth. Uncle will not stand, daddy will not stand. It is your own thing, your work on earth that will speak for you. A lady said she was not feeling fine, and she thought it was just malaria. She took drugs and she began to goggle some of the treatment she would use. And before she knew, that illness was getting out of her. She began to say, what kind of thing is this one now? God, please help me. At the later part of it, when they admitted her into hospital, she said she saw herself lifeless. And what she saw, she was just standing before judgment. And God and fathers of judges were just there. They told her, what have you been doing? And why did you want us to send you back? She's married though, have kids as well. She said, please, my kids are at home. Please, my husband is also there. All the fathers of judges in heaven told her, this thing you are saying cannot work, cannot send you back. But did you know what saved this girl? She said that her mom was somewhere else interceding for her. Say, God, please, help my daughter. I used to evangelize. I used to do this. God, please, don't allow my work to be in vain. God, please, don't look upon my work and save my daughter. God, please. And when God turned back on all what the woman is saying, it was right. That was how that lady escaped death. But if it were to be on her own personal sake, she doesn't have anything as evidence. So if you're a dormant youth, you're not doing anything, thinking you're doing anybody, you have to sit up. Because on that day, you will tell God what you have been doing in church. It's not mommy like that lady. The mom is there to pray for her. Sometimes you don't have anybody interceding for you, and God will tell you, go. But that will not be our portion in Jesus' name. The next one, always respect. Okay, we say that. Next, be focused and pursued after holiness and righteousness. As a youth and member of the church, you need to be focused in everything you do, knowing that a day is coming when everybody will give account on how he or she spent their life on earth. The Bible also stated that without holiness, no one can see the Lord. So if you wish to see the Lord and wish to receive a crown at last, you need to be focused and pursue after righteousness and holiness, which is the key point. I have also talked about that. Morning grace will not speak for you. It is your own work and your own deed that will do what? That will speak for you on that last day. The last point under responsibility or responsible youth in church. The last one, accepting God as your Lord and personal Savior in everything you do in life. Without Jesus, your effort will be in vain. So you have to acknowledge and accept Jesus Christ into your life if you want to grow and excel in life. Now, without God, if you like, let it be that your parents have money and they are ready to send you anywhere. If you like, let it be that you study the sky. If God says that thing you're pursuing after, you will not be able to achieve it. You cannot achieve it. So without God, as a youth, without you acknowledging God, like what our Pastor John talked about during the morning session, said that Joseph was in Potiphar's house, and if there were some of us who say, see freedom, see chance, use and make my money and just leave your house. But even at that stage, he did not do what? He did not give up, because he knows the kind of person he is, looking at you. And at the end part of it, God did what? Lifted him high in such a way that others came to God, seek advice from him to worship him as well. So when you fear God, when you accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, you see that everything will do what? Will move smoothly. A boy of 13 years said, God, I want you to bless me. Imagine 13 years, teenager in that case. God, I want you to bless me. And the boy began to lament, God, I need blessing. And it was as if the blessing is not coming, because at that age, I don't think he's done with junior secondary school. This boy went and joined what? Yahoo. And at the end part of it, they gave him billions of naira and told him, in 3 months' time, you have to finish this money and get ready to die as well. The boy said, Jesus Christ. This kind of money, billions of naira, is it even 100,000 cents or someone that can manage money? Not able to. The boy started crying. God, look at what you've done to me. I told you to bless me, sin, but you refused. God, why you? That kind of prayer, will it be answered? No. Because he was claiming to help God. He felt he can do it by himself. And at the end part of it, led him to what? Destruction. So we should be very careful as a youth. Don't allow your friends to lure you, telling you you are doing old fashion. You don't know what you're doing. Hey, look at you, that you're doing mama. I'm not saying you to dress like an old man, but you need to dress neatly, but don't take any word ungodly advice which is not in line with the will of God. Praise God. The next point we're going to look at is responsible youth in the school. Like some person will say, when I enter school, after I will do whatever I want to do. After all, my parents are not there to look at me. Or is my auntie there? Do they even know what I'm doing? If I used to wear trousers at home, when I get to school, I'll wear trousers everywhere. Then when I come back to the house, I will still pretend. We didn't know, are they with me? Now, some of the responsibility of a youth in school. The school is a well-organized institution that requires social commitment from its words. Some of the things needed by the youth in school are: 1, I listed a few points there. The first one, attending class on time and on regular basis. You cannot be great and you cannot achieve what you want to achieve if you don't attend class. Be it in secondary level or institutional level. Say, then I don't tire for school, I'm going to go to school today. Every time I will go to finish. You are doing yourself more harms If you want to excel, you want to be a doctor, you want to be a lawyer, and you don't work towards it, and you don't work towards it, you will see that you will not be able to achieve it. When you always absent yourself from class and lecture, you are indirectly telling yourself that you need failure and not success. So for you to be among the brilliant students, you need to attend class always so that you won't miss what you were supposed to achieve that day. You have to be serious with your lectures for you to be responsible in school. The next point, reading on regular basis. In order to enable you prepare and ready at all times for any task, whether text or exam. As a youth, you should develop a habit of reading and studying your books for you not to be left behind. And this helps to reduce tension from test or exam. Reading helps to sharpen your brains and expose you to things happening around you. When you don't read, there is no way you will know. And if you're this kind of youth does not like reading, there is no way you will pass, because whatever you're taught in class, that is what you will write in your exam. The next point, obeying the school rules and regulations as well as your teachers, like instructors. Some youth are so, I don't know whether disobedient or just arrogant. Due to their parental background as well, you tell them, do this, they'll tell you, don't touch me, or I will just call my mommy for you. And you thought it's a joke. When you touch them, some of them, their parents will come to school and begin to fight. Are you mad? Did you follow me and carry this baby night or did you know the suffering I went through? What is wrong with you? Which is not supposed to be so. If you're being flogged by a teacher, that teacher is trying to do what? Correct you and not to mislead you. The fourth point, doing assignments when given. Some persons, they always find it difficult when it comes to assignments. Yet, this kind of assignment, I cannot do it. And one major essence of assignment is to test your ability, to know if you're following that thing being taught in class. Because if assignment is not given or test is not given, there's no way the teacher will be able to evaluate you. So when you say, I'm not doing assignment again, or you go and copy somebody's own, and I've done it, then you're not giving yourself a good signal. The last one, respecting school properties. Some persons are really wrong. You see the way they do things. After all, this one is government property for those attending government school. Maybe in private school somehow lesser, but in government school they do things anyhow. They scatter desks, they move windows, they do whatever they want to do. When I was in secondary school, you see the way they fly windows. People will carry bottle and begin to break everywhere. Say, God, what kind of human beings are this one? As a youth, we are not supposed to behave like that, be it whether we are told or not. The last point there, in the society, everybody has a community where he or she is coming from. Have those from Helen and so on, Akwa Ibom. So in that place, as a youth, you also have your role to play. It is not only for your parents, but including you as a youth. The society also requires the following responsibility from the youth. Some of them are: 1, don't be a problem creator. Your own, what they know you for is destruction. Like what was happening before they should just say, he's in marketing. You see the way marketing women and women will be money. The best they are targeting is to go hide their money. Because this boy will just come to them and tell them, no, now me, I don't see that. Give me. And he thought it's a joke. If you don't give it to him, then you are risking your life. So whenever they notice that he's coming, a bit in that matter, everybody will escape their life. That's how you move from shop to shop, taking money that he's not supposed to. He's not supposed to be. So as a youth, you should make good impact. Not the one that they will see you as terrorists. See that, see that God where they go, it is not what a good thing. You need to do things that people will ask, look at this boy to sing for you, the glory of God will come down. Or this person to pray for you, you receive healing. That's the kind of thing a godly youth is expected to have. As a youth, in any society you find yourself, try to make good impact and not to do things that will contribute to the destruction in your society. Rather, look for a way to contribute to the success and development of the society. Also live a creative and meaningful lifestyle. Now, if you don't know what to do, you just see that activity. You see that God will give you knowledge and will be of help to others. But if you say you want to be a destructive you, that you be carrying things, harmful substance, and be walking from place to place just to collect what does not belong to you, then you're telling yourself, I want to die. Like what I heard of at Apparently, they say this boy, daytime like this, that's how you be moving around. And especially those going to work as early as 6:30. This boy will carry bag, this boy will carry everything. They said he also caught one lady's hand due to the fact that the lady was dragging her bag with him. But the end of this boy, God so helped, they caught him and they killed him. That was his end. Maybe God has good thoughts for him, but he feel like he want to achieve it by himself. I know the way, I know the shortcut. The shortcut have landed into the way. So as a youth of this church, and as a youth that wants to make good impact, you should try to obey good laws and instruction. The last one, obeying rules and regulation. As a youth and member of the society, you must obey the society rules and regulations as well. Obey those in authority in order to create a good and friendly atmosphere. Don't say, this one is my community now. Maybe they tell you they are doing vigilante. By this time, don't move around or will catch you. You say, I beg, this is not my community. Let them come and do what they want to do now. So we just kill you and nobody will know. Why? Because you're proving stubborn, you're disobeying the rules. There's a youth I also heard of. They said everybody should come out and do sanitation, clear the road so that please the place will be neat. The boy said he cannot do that kind of work. And when the person in authority heard about it, he went to him and asked him, why didn't you join other youths to do this work that I asked them to do? The boy said, I beg you, leave me alone, this kind of work is down. They so beat this boy to the extent that if not God, he could have lost all his teeth. Why? Because of one single word, disobedience. You bringing down yourself to do that does not make you a fool, or does not make you, maybe your color will change from either dark to fair, or your color will change from fair to dark. Rather, it will help to save that stress and that problem as well. So, as a youth, like we have said, or I have said earlier on, we have many responsibilities to play. So if you've not been anyone, you've not been doing anything or you've not started, please, you have to start. Be it at home, in church, school, and the society. Don't say, no, me, I like isolating myself. I don't want to associate myself. You coming out to do what is being said to do does not mean you start mingling yourself among other. No, but to save and to give yourself that good image. All right, I'll take conclusion. For you to be a responsible youth, it is expected you do all the required responsibilities discussed so far. And you will see positive changes in your life as you do so. Now, one thing is hearing, and another thing is doing. Even though we talk from now till tomorrow morning and you don't practicalize on it, there is no way you'll be able to achieve it. But when you listen to it and you do it, you see that it will make what great impact in your life. I also want to use this medium to thank the former GO, AGO, and everybody as well. This is another hope. 2023. God giving me the grace to see this hope again. Many persons started last year, but they are nowhere to be found. But here am I this year, among you, and standing before you. So may His name alone be praised forever in Jesus' name.